choir for the wonderful song. I request the gathering to kindly be seated.
A lamp does not speak, it introduces itself through its light. Achievers never expose themselves, but their achievements expose them. Followed by this quote, I now invite our dignitaries to light the lamp.
Thank you, dignitaries. Coming together is the beginning. Keeping together is the progress. Working together is the success. With this quote, I would like to invite Director, Department of Management Studies, Dr. Michael David Prem Kumar, to welcome the gathering.
Respected chief guest of today's 6th International Conference on Research in Business, Management and Finance, HIMCON 2023, Professor Dr. N. Jaishankaran, former Director General, Bharatidasan Institute of Management, Vice Chancellor, former Kanchi University, President Advisor to various universities and institutes on various aspects including curriculum, NAC and other accreditations. The Principal of Bishop Eber College, Dr. Paul Dayabran, Coordinator of BBA program, Patricia Ma'am, Alvin Sir, Ramraj Sir, the Organizing Secretary of today's conference, Professor Sangeeta Ma'am, faculty from the Department of Management Studies, faculty from other institutions, research scholars, students who have come to participate from other institutes in this conference, people who are watching this program online, and dear student friends. It's indeed a very proud moment to stand today to offer the welcome address for this 6th International Conference on Research in Business, Management and Finance. HIMCON 2023 was started way back, and we have been consecutively organizing this for the last 5 years, and then we took a break for COVID, and last year it was again possible. So we generally don't organize a conference for the sake of organizing a conference. We do organize conferences for knowledge sharing, as a platform for students to present research articles, as a platform for research scholars to also publish the papers, and an opportunity for the faculty to mentor students how to do research publication. Way back, a couple of months back when we were planning to arrange this conference, many people had come to our mind, and Sangeeta ma'am shortlisted on Jaishankar sir. For various reasons, it's been a long time since sir has visited our campus, and also that he is one of the most renowned people in the field of management, not only in India, but across the globe, when you talk about business education, everyone will know about Professor Dr. Jayashankaran. His contribution to the education community is tremendous. Right from being a professor of mathematics to St. Joseph's College, till today, he's been striving hard to bring the quality of education in our country and putting India in the global map. And at this occasion, on behalf of the management, Bishop Eva College, principal, faculty members, and students, I extend a warm welcome to Professor Jayashankaran sir, and we salute you for the hard work you've been putting on and you're still going to give for the academic community at large. Our principal is a motivator, a person who's supporting us in all the activities, and he's a person who never says no to whenever we organize a program in our college. Even today, he's got a very hectic schedule, starting with 10:30 introductory program for the new faculty members, but he never said no to us. He could have always said, Michael, you proceed. But he said that I'll come, finish our program, but I'll take a little break a little earlier so that I can go and attend the next meeting. And sir has been gracious enough to fund us this conference. On behalf of the entire HIMS family, we extend a warm welcome to you, sir. Thank you very much for all the support you've been giving us in the past and in the future too. I have very good pillars who still hold this HIMS department along with me. Dr. Patricia ma'am, Dr. Ramraj sir, Professor Alvin, the coordinators of the undergraduate programs. There are three things when people say about management. One is, as you keep growing in your life, first you make things happen. The next is you watch things happen. And finally, you wonder what happened. And 20 years back, I was here in this department, a young HOD, running around, making things happen. Then probably 10 years back, I started sitting back and I started watching things happen. Now I'm wondering what's happening. The reason is things move on its own. All I get is small information or messages saying, sir, this is done, that is done, and all that. And that is being done meticulously by our three able coordinators and the faculty members. So I'm highly indebted to all the faculty and the coordinators at this occasion. And I welcome each and every one of them to this international conference. Conference will never, thank you. You can definitely clap because I'm actually appreciating your teachers and your coordinators. Conference will never be completed without participation. Many times we conduct conference and there'll be no participants. But I'm very happy to know that judges, other universities, research scholars from other places, and faculty from other institutes. So I think the success of any conference depends on the success of the number of publications and papers you receive. So I would be highly failing in my duty if I don't welcome the participants, especially the professors of various colleges, the research scholars, and the students who have come all the way or who are watching it online to be part of this conference. Welcome you all. I would like to welcome the support staff of the department, namely Danny, Rajkumar, Balaji, and Muniappan, because they are the ones who get things ready. We come to conduct a conference, but the background work of getting the hall ready, getting the projectors, getting the cameras, getting the IT support in, getting the audio people inside, all this is done by them. And we come and sit very comfortably with coats, listening to this beautiful program. So I would like to welcome the support staff. I would like to extend a warm welcome to the people from the IT department, IT support of our college, the people from the power room, and last but not the least, you dear friends. The reason is, you're all here to watch how these conferences are being conducted, how papers will be presented, so that you get an insight about what is research. Nowadays, people say research has become part of the curriculum. Earlier, research was an option. When I used to study, I never thought about going and publishing a research paper, even in my MBA program. Out of my own free will, based on the support of one or two staffs, I went to publish one or two papers somewhere. But it was not compulsory. But today, it has become mandatory. In undergraduate program, we have a paper on research methodology. We teach students to do project in the undergraduate level itself. So I think the research culture is now part of the education. And you people will witness that as the days go by. And you will get a lot of insights how to go in for quality research publications. And I wish that this conference will be a very useful one for everyone. Thank you and welcome one and all.
Thank you, sir, for your warm words of welcome. To be inspired is great, but to be an inspiration is an honor. I invite our beloved principal, Dr. D. Paul Dayabaran, to adore the chief guest, Dr. N. Jayashankaran, who is a source of inspiration to us with a shawl, memento, and a gift as a token of love and gratitude.
Thank you, sir. I invite Director, Department of Management Studies, Dr. Michael David Premkumar, to honor our principal, Dr. D. Paul Diabrin, with a shawl and memento as a token of love and gratitude. Thank you, sir.
If your action inspire others to dream more, learn more, and become more, you are a leader. I invite our beloved principal, Dr. Pal Dayabran, to deliver the presidential address.
Esteemed chief guest of the inaugural function of this sixth international conference on research in business, management, and finance, renowned academician of our nation, Honorable former Vice Chancellor of Kanchi University, former Director General of Bharata Institute of Management, and academic advisor to various other universities, Dr. Jay Shankaran sir, beloved Dr. Michael, the Director of Management Studies of our college, dear Dr. Patricia, the Coordinator of the Management Studies, dear Mrs. Sangeeta, the Organizing Secretary of this conference, my dear colleagues belong to the Department of Management Studies, dear colleagues from other colleges and institutions, gentlemen, good morning, my warm greetings to all of you. It's indeed a great joy and privilege for me to associate myself with all of you while the Department is organizing yet another sixth international conference on research in business, management, and finance. First of all, let me sincerely appreciate and congratulate the director, the organization secretary, and each and everyone who is instrumental for this event to happen in our college in a blended mode. Of course, I used to say always, whenever we put into crisis, we come out with a compliment. Though this pandemic, COVID-19, made us derive connectivity virtually. In those days, organizing international conference is very difficult. We can't invite Western professors to come down to India. Difficult. First of all, they don't find time. It involves finance. They have to travel. But ever since the virtual connectivity has been improved, every conference has become an international conference. So therefore, it is how we have to overcome problems. And of course, they are here, you all budding managers. You are here to annihilate the problem that we encounter in the society, not in your department, not in your discipline. the main objective of this international conference in research, in business management and finance, just to find out various problems that we encounter in business, in management and finance, and we have to find a solution, right solution. And we must transform this society into a better society for ideal and conducive living. We have an illustrious chief guest. When I was doing my undergraduate program in mathematics here, he was the head of the department of mathematics of St. Joseph's College. I said, okay, normally we say mathematics is the queen of sciences. So later became director of management studies, BIM, for University Town. Is an all-rounder academician with high profile. I said, okay, so dear friends, it's very appropriate to invite our guest as the chief guest for today's inaugural function. We are here to emulate eminent academicians. I said, okay, you should not confine to only one discipline. I said, okay, education does not confine us to study particular thing. We should augment, our domain of thinking. For that we have to enhance our quality of studies and everything. We have to look for always increasing, augmentation. We have to increase the horizon of knowledge. So okay, knowledge is power. Knowledge is power supreme. Okay. So dear friends, we are here to procure knowledge, not to promote ourselves, just to transform ourselves into better citizens, and thereby we are here to transform many good things in the field of business, the field of research, the field of finance, and whatnot. So dear friends, I'm glad that today the Department of Management Studies has been meticulously planned and organizing this wonderful conference. So I'm sure we have 150 registrations. They're going to be a lot of presentations. So be receptive and try to procure. This is time for procurement of knowledge. And you have to apply. So now these days, youngsters are exposed to many good things. The thing is, we fail to apply. That is most important thing. I said, okay. So every day we are wonderful. Before beginning this conference, I said, this is the day the Lord has made, and we have to rejoice this day. We can deliver joy only when we contribute something to the society. For that we have to acquire knowledge in the right perspective. I said, okay. Maxwell says our objective should include the objectives of others. So therefore your objective should include the objective of your family, objective of this institution, maybe if you go out it becomes alma mater, objective of the nation, and you must include the objectives of the global perspective. Then only we can excel. So what all we do it only for the student friends. You are precious. I said, okay, we are just igniting your passion, isn't it? You may be an introvert or you may be an extrovert, but you have a passion in life. Doesn't matter you score 90% or 80%, doesn't matter. Okay. You should develop yourself holistically. Okay. What is the very objective of the institution of higher education of our nation? We have to develop you holistically. You have to meet your intellectual needs, very important, expertise at right time. You have to meet your emotional needs, spiritual needs. You have to meet your physical needs. Of course, without good health, we can't think better. Tamil சொல்லுவாங்க சுகர் இருந்தால் தான் சித்திரம் வரைய முடியும். Physically you have to fit yourself. Then you can think better. And of course, we have to inculcate good interpersonal relationships. So we are here to learn all this. Then only you can go out and you can, wherever you are placed, you can do well. You are perfect justification. So dear friends, without taking much time, of course, we have the eminent chief guest, illustrious academician. Definitely, his very presence itself will inspire you, will empower you. I'm sure this conference will be beneficial for many. Therefore, once again, I sincerely appreciate the director of the Management Studies, Dr. Michael, the organizing secretary, Mrs. Sankita, Patricia, the coordinator, and all the coordinators of BBA, Mr. Alvin, Mr. Randas, and each and everyone in the office bearers of the Association of the Management Studies for your meticulous planning and executing this wonderful event today in a blended mode for the beneficial of study. I'm sure this day is a memorable day for many of you. All the best. God bless you all.
Thank you, sir. With your mind power, your determination, your instincts, and the experience as well, you can fly very high. Dr. N. Jayashankaran is a very passionate teacher and eminent professor of management and and is rated as one of the top 5 professors of management in India under the merit list published by Business Standard. A great institution builder, Bharathidasan Institute of Management grew in strength and recognition under his directorship. Several of his students, mentored and groomed by him, are diplomas, heads of large corporations, and eminent academicians.
Dr. Jayashankaran is an outstanding administrator and is associated with various professional bodies and high level committees. Started his teaching career as PG, professor and HOD of three departments mathematics, statistics, and computer science in the famous St. Joseph College, Tiruchirappalli. He is honored by his alma mater, St. Joseph College, Tiruchirappalli, as an illustrious alumnus. As an advisor to Chancellor in Nursery Monji University, Mumbai. He has developed many off-campus in Bangalore, Hyderabad, etc. NM Bangalore and NM Hyderabad recently got the prestigious AMBE accreditation, youngest in the world and 8th in India. NM Mumbai also got AACSMB accreditation as a very senior assessor in NAAC. He has accessed and accredited many well-known universities in India, including University of Mumbai, University of Pune, University of Jammu, Symbiosis, Bharatiya Vidyapith, D.Y. Patil, Pune, Rajagiri Vidyapith, Kochi, apart from well-known autonomous and affiliated academic institutions.
He is a founder and secretary of Ramanujan Mathematics Society of India. He also sits as the chairman of IIM selection panel for selecting the students for various IIMs. He enjoys being with students and leaves no stone unturned to motivate, mentor, and instill high ethical values in them. He truly is a rare mix of Hartford, academician, strategic administrator, and a powerful speaker. Sir, the stage is yours. We are eagerly waiting for this moment.
Most respected principal of this great institution, Sri College, Dr. Paul Dayabaran, the distinguished director of the School of Management Studies, Dr. Maithil Devi Prem Kumar, the coordinator, Dr. Patricia John Surani, the organizing secretary for this conference, Dr. Sangeeta, other faculty colleagues, and my dear young student friends, and the prospective managers of this great country. I am delighted, overjoyed, nay elated to be part of this inaugural function of the 6th International Conference on Research in Business, Management and Finance. As the director rightly mentioned, today research has become part of even the UG curriculum. Gone are the days when we were focusing on research after your post-graduation. For a period of time, research was inducted at the postgraduate level. Now research is inducted even at the undergraduate level. You may ask the question whether undergraduate students and postgraduate students have the necessary capability to do research. We will ask the question, what is actually research? And research in various disciplines poses different kind of challenges. Research in mathematics is, to my mind, most difficult. I am a product of PhD in mathematics from CHR and Madurai University. Research in mathematics is most difficult because concepts are universal. 2 plus 3 will continue to be 5. When there is an open problem, it's a big challenge for the human thought. There are problems which are 400 years old. There were problems which were 2000 years old and later it was resolved. Whereas if you look at insightful, and they are very interesting also. As a matter of fact, talking about research and management curriculum, Peter Drucker, who is considered as one of the great fathers of management thinking, he said whatever is being taught in all the B schools across the globe, they are either seriously wrong or totally out of date. This is the sentence made by Peter Drucker. He writes 40-page article. Peter Drucker always does fundamental work for 3-4 years and comes with a monumental work, 40 pages on the status of management education across the globe. When he makes this statement, he says management, commerce, economics, they are all related to the society in which you live. The purchase behavior of the people will change over a period of time. The kind of articles that we purchased when I was a young boy, they are not available now. You are all making different kinds of purchases. I have never seen a mobile phone. I have never seen a fancy car in the marketplace. Only two cars that we used to see when I was a student is the Fiat and Ambassador. Where is the Fiat? Where is Ambassador? My marketing professor used to teach me how to market these products. These products don't exist now. We see all the fancy imported cars across the country. So, the behavior of the society will change over a period of time. Peter Drucker says in this article, if the management principles and the companies don't change their style of functioning the way the society needs, they'll be out of business. The management practices will have to change with the needs of the society. Otherwise, you will be out of business. Unfortunately, the management curriculum and the kind of research that is done in management do not keep pace with the changes required in the society. That's the criticism by Peter Drucker. I mean, he makes a very interesting observation. Any one of these can be a big topic for research. Research need not necessarily be model building, very abstract, pure, not necessarily in management. It has to be, as principal rightly pointed out, it has to be applied. Particularly a discipline like management, business and finance, it has to have applications, otherwise your research is useless. And for example, Peter Drucker in that article starts with a very simple concept. In management, we all teach in marketing, customer is the king. Your objective is to meet the needs of the customer. This is what we teach. This is what Kotler teaches. And Peter Drucker starts by saying, I can give you umpteen number of examples of US companies who ruined because they focused on the customer. Early 80s, there was malls, coming up in US, and purchase behavior of the society was just going to the malls. So their market share was 30%. They were focusing on the customer. For a period of time, 1995, this population was a dwindling population. 30% became 25%, 25 became 20%. They were focusing on the customer without realizing this population is dwindling over a period of time. In 1995, most of the malls had to be closed. Even now in India, you have the Karana shops, then you have malls, then you have big bazaars, big market. The way people buy things, also online purchase. Whoever thought that everything will be done online 30 years ago, 40 years ago? Entire purchase behavior has changed, consumer behavior has changed. But once you focus on the customer without realizing that it is a dwindling population, you will be out of business. So, Peter Drucker asked the question, if your market share is 30%, don't only focus on this 30%. Find out the remaining 70% who are non-customer. What is the profile of a non-customer? How do you convert a non-customer into a customer? That is the kind of research that one must be doing. And in Bangalore, we have so many. Forum Mall is one of the best malls in Bangalore. Once the owner of that came to us and then said, we want to know the profile of all the people who get into Forum Mall at 7 o'clock and get out of Forum Mall at 9 o'clock without making a single purchase. I mean, they're all IT professional, and there is an interesting AC atmosphere. Sometimes they go for a film, sometimes there is a food court, you chit chat and then eat and go. You don't make a single purchase there. I want to know the profile of them because they are all my non-customers. I have the footfall of all these thousands and thousands of people who enter the mall, go out without buying anything. How do I convert them into a customer? So the entire focus in marketing today is not to focus on the customer, understand the profile of the non-customer. How do you convert a non-customer into a customer? Peter Drucker doesn't talk about Kotler doesn't talk about it in his book on marketing. Therefore, we also don't teach. But as researchers, these are all very, very interesting. When you want to understand what is happening in the marketplace, we like to go a little deep. Many a times, lots of things happen in the marketplace. We don't understand. So that's why you do research. Whatever happens in the marketplace, you may not know. You will have to do research, find out what is happening in the marketplace. Today, research has become very, very important for the simple reason whatever knowledge the teachers are teaching to the student community, they are all accumulated knowledge done by somebody over a period of time. I am only transferring the existing knowledge to the next generation. The question is, am I adding to the existing knowledge? It may be delta X knowledge that you are contributing to the existing knowledge X. But even the delta X, every faculty, every student will have to contribute. Otherwise, you are only vomiting the knowledge created by somebody. So, every one of us will have to take enormous effort to make sure that we are adding to the existing knowledge. It's not necessary you must be only a PhD to add knowledge. As an young student, you can also add existing knowledge, you can add additional knowledge, enlarging the existing knowledge. I was in Helsinki University of Technology, we used to call it as HERT, in Finland, it's part of Europe. And in those days, the headquarters for Nokia was in Finland. So when I was in HUT in Finland, I was surprised that most of the new features you see in Nokia, they are all research projects of undergraduate student in HUT. All the new features that you see in Nokia, because youngsters are very creative, they want many features in the phone. All the new features that Nokia used to bring into the market in those days, they are all research projects done by undergraduate students. Because even today, most of the mobile applications are done by students. Because you are very creative, you need not be knowledgeable to create additional knowledge. You must have that curiosity, you must have that creative thinking capability, you must have that creativity to come up with new things. Only that is required. And that's why even in mathematics, if you are 30 years old, I think your creativity has gone almost. The right age for any mathematician to do research is 15 to 30. That is the most creative mind, human being possesses. That's the right age. For doing research in management, you should be 40 plus. You must have gone through lots of experience. That experience actually helps you to come with new understanding of what happens in the marketplace. Therefore, while there is a need for a teacher or a student to do research in management, business or economics, they're all related to problems in the society. Lots of problems are there. Even in NAC, when you are writing the SSR, they are talking about whether your curriculum is meeting the local needs, regional needs, national needs, and global needs. First, look at what are all the local needs for a business management student or a economic student or a commerce student. Take Trichy. I don't know how many of you are aware that Trichy cigars are supposed to be the best in the world. You look for Trichy, best product in Trichy, cigars will come first. In those days, when I was a student, people used to tell me, even the Prime Minister of England, Winston Churchill, used to import cigars from Trichy and smoke. He's a smoker. He used to enjoy cigars, and the cigars were coming from Precious Diamonds Association office bearers with me. They came to BIM and met me. They said, sir, we don't know what is happening. We used to have lots of orders across the globe. Suddenly, we are losing the orders. I don't know why we are losing the orders. What's wrong with us? They are all handmade. They are all excellent artisans. When you make these precious stones through hand, it cannot be absolutely perfect. There will be a deviation of 0.01 mm. Then I did some search, and then through my friends I found China is capturing the entire market. They have bought the machinery from Germany to polish all these semi-precious diamonds. They bought the equipment from Germany. They are making all these semi-precious stones through a machine, therefore they are perfect. Then once you set, it will be perfect. And these artisans sitting in small places in cities were not even aware why we are losing the order. So we need to help such people. Then I have to tell them, you also import these machines. They're great artisans. You will be able to operate these machines and you will be able to compete with Chinese. So many a times you will have to look at the local needs. Trichy is becoming a smart city now. So the needs of a smart city, infrastructure is going up. So what are the issues involved in that? Somebody has to do research. Unless you do research, you will not know what is happening in the marketplace. Many a time we have only intuition. We have only some conjecture. This is how it should be. Only when you do research, you will realize this is not the real reason. To give you an example, when I was a director of BIM, I had a consultancy. In those days, the well-known TV were Dianara, Solitaire, CCTV. They were the well-known TVs in those days. So 10 brands, came to me and then said, we would like to know what motivates a customer to choose a particular TV. In those days, most of them were black and white, only few were color. I took that research and gathered data in Trichy, Tanjore and Pudukkottai, 3 districts. So we gathered the data and I did all the analysis. And when I was comparing the variables, I was taking one, the income of the family. The other variable was the cost of the TV. What do we all generally believe? Income of the family will have something to do with the cost of the TV. Low income family will go for low cost TV. High income family will go for high cost TV. This is the perception. Common sense. Most of the time, common sense may not operate in a marketplace. Marketplace will have something else to convey. So, as usual, I compared these two variables. I applied the chi-square test. Chi-square test was dismissed, which means income of the family and the cost of the TV, they are related. That's what it shows. First step. So, protocol to be done in your research methodology. Second, I did a correlation quotient. Then, if you have a good correlation, then you will have to go for regression. Actually, you will have to get a function of these two variables. You need to calculate that. That's the way we do. When I calculated the correlation quotient, we generally believe the correlation must be 0.5, 0.6. I found the correlation quotient was plus 0.01. It was a big shock to me. It is going against the common sense. But that's happening in the marketplace. So I visited all those low income families, asked them, why do you go for a high cost TV? Most of the families said, for us, buying a TV is a crucial decision. Rich families can afford to buy a TV every month. Whereas low income families, when I buy a TV, it has to work for 10 years. So I will probably take a loan and go for a high cost TV. This information we were not able to guess before doing this research. Only when we started doing the research, this information was a very valuable information for all these 10 brands. So, as a company, you need to know the profile of your audience. Who are all the people who are interested in my product? So, there is a wide variety of products, but you are focusing only on the low income group and then marketing the low cost TV. That's not right. Actually, all the high cost TVs were purchased by low income families. So this piece of information was very valuable and they started changing their advertising strategies, marketing strategies, and that's why research in management of great interest to the management people or to the business community. One more example, this happened in 1950s, 55. We all know as management students, advertisement and sales are related. When you keep on increasing the advertisement, the sales also will increase. The question is, which is the dependent variable, which is the independent variable? So many of us would think that advertisement is the independent variable. Sales will depend upon the advertisement. The more the advertisement, the more the sales. Actually, if you go to the corporate, you will find advertisement is a function of the sales. When they decide the advertisement budget at the top management level, they will say 8% of the total sales will be earmarked for advertisement expenditure. So, from the point of view of the corporate, the deciding variable is the sales. If the sales go up, ad budget also will go up. Whereas in academic circles, you always say advertising independent variable, sales is independent variable. Now, when X depends upon Y depends upon X, we call it as implicit function. You cannot only express sales as a function of advertisement. Advertisement is also a function of sales. So, then I would like to know what is the shape of this curve. As I keep on increasing the advertisement, will the sales also go up? They found it's not happening. At some level, it reaches a plateau and they don't know what's happening. So Apu and Zizini, way back in 1955, they are two top class operations scientists in US. They wanted to know the real shape of this curve. It's very easy to say they are dependent on each other, but what is the shape of the curve? That will determine whether I should be spending more on advertisement or less on advertisement. What is the impact of the ad expenditure? Now, many a time we spend crores of rupees in advertisement. What is the impact of this advertisement on the sales? Many of us don't know. No, that can be a topic for research. It varies from product to product, changes from place to place. So, whatever happens in Tamil Nadu need not happen in Gujarat. Whatever happens in Gujarat need not happen in Punjab or Chandigarh. So, that is why management research is very interesting. It varies, it is connected with the society, it is connected with the business. So, he was interested to find out the real impact of advertisement on the sales. He went to many companies and then said, I would like to understand the market reaction when I step up the advertisement or step down the advertisement. I want to see what happens to the sales. Most of the companies in US said, I will not allow you to tinker with my market. Supposing you reduce the advertisement and the sales come down, I may lose the sales. My competitor may pick up this last sales and I will lose the market. I will not allow you to do any research with my product. With my audience, you can't do any research. Ultimately, he was able to convince 18 companies who agreed for this research. What he did was he segregated the entire US area into three groups. Six companies, he stepped up the advertisement. Six companies in that region, he kept the status quo. In another six companies, he stepped down the advertisement. And he did this research. You will have to capture the sales over a period of time. When you step up, status quo, step down. He found very interestingly the advertisement is on the x-axis, sales on the y-axis. The curve started moving up. At some optimal level of the advertisement, there is a plateau. After that, sales started declining. That means if you do too much of advertising, sales come down. You should never overdo an advertisement. To give you a simple example, supposing somebody sits by your side all the time and then say use Gillette blade for shaving, Gillette blade for shaving, keeps on telling you that, you will be so irritated you will never take a shave. You will go to a brigade. Let me see, I will never use your product. You are irritating. That's what we also get these days. Some bank will come you, do you want a loan? I mean, he is trying to market the product. We get irritated. Too much of this marketing also irritate the customer. So it is Akuf and Sissini who found market gets irritated if you go beyond the optimal level.
There's an A star level at which the sales will be the highest. When you go beyond the A star level on the advertisement, sales will come down. Probably some companies sales will go up if you withdraw the expenditure on advertisement. Amazing piece of information. Nobody knew till then. It will look very simple after the research is done, but before that, who will know? So, to capture what is happening in the market, enormous research has to be done. It is not coming out easily. Let's not think it is easy to do research. I mean, it is fun to do research in. I have done research both in mathematics and management and business. It's very exciting when you do research in management, business, and finance because it is directly applicable to the society. When you do a big theorem in semi-degree groupoid, probably I will be excited, the referee will be excited. Nobody else will be reading the paper across the globe. Only it's an intellectual satisfaction for me. When you do something, very real in the management area, it is so exciting for you, for the society, for the customers, for the companies. So you must all focus on this research, right? Very, very important. So, there are so many areas on which you will be able to focus your attention. Today, the advantage for you is technology is available. Today, you have artificial intelligence, you have MI, with the press of a button, you get all the data, so many databases are available. You don't have to even go for primary data. So much of secondary data is available. So from the secondary data, you can ask lots of questions and you will be able to work on it, right? So you will be able to get very deep insights into what is happening in the marketplace. Many times you think this is what happens in the market, but when you actually go deep into the research, you will find something else is happening. So that will be extremely useful for the researcher, right? When once you have decided I'll have to do research in management and in business and finance also some of the postgraduates will know there are so many models in security analysis and portfolio management. We used to call it as CAPM, capital asset pricing model. There are so many assumptions. These assumptions were all brought in to meet the mathematics needs. Today's market shares will follow a normal distribution. Tomorrow market share also will follow a normal distribution. If X1 follows normal distribution, X2 follows normal distribution. X1 plus X2 by 2 will also follow normal distribution provided these two are independent. That's one of the assumptions. There's a concept of rational investor, independent. The population is normal. All these are assumptions. Because only when these assumptions are valid, I will be able to use the model. Therefore, we started forcing all this into the model. We assume it's normal, we assume they are independent, and most of the time, in US stock exchange, there was a special department on predicting these market share of market movements. But all those reports were interesting, but market was not behaving the way they predicted. So the chairman of the stock exchange in US closed down the department. Your reports are all very interesting to read. It's not helping me to invest. Then another set of people started doing research in finance as to whether the assumptions are true. And they found all these assumptions are not true. The day movements, they are not independent of the next day or the previous day. Actually, market reacts to clumps of information. One single investor cannot manipulate the market. A rational investor. These are all the assumptions in the capital asset pricing model. I used to teach a course on chaos theory, fractal geometry, and its application to capital markets. There's a whole lot of theory in chaos theory and then fractal geometry. They are all applied to capital markets theory, right? So CAPM was replaced by another set of theory. This is at a very abstract modeling level. Probably that many of you may not be able to do because your knowledge of mathematics and your knowledge of capital markets will be so strong, you will be able to fit a model for that, right? But you will be able to do lots of applied research where you will be able to come with solutions to problems that are operating in the society. One more example I can give you, one of my students, is a dean at National University of Singapore, Trichy Krishnan. His name is still Trichy Krishnan. Was my student in St. Joseph's, went to US and did PhD with Philip Kotler. Then he was brought specially to National University of Singapore as the dean for the school. He's on sabbatical leave at Chennai. I was telling Sangeeta, when he comes to Trichy, you bring him here. He's one of the top class researcher in marketing. He publishes only in Journal of Marketing. Even I am Ahmedabad is not up to his standard. He go only to ISB. So that kind of person. He is from Trichy. You must all take pride. Actually, a top-notch researcher in marketing is coming from this place. Do Google search on Trichy Krishna, and you will know what kind of work he has done, right? So he was telling me a simple thing. You see, this Ola Uber, what do? They create a platform. And that's why Harvard wrote a book on matchmaking. The girls are available, boys are available, but there's no common platform. Your Bharat matrimony, what did they do? They created a platform. You post the horoscope of the girl, horoscope of the boy, to try to match. Likewise, what is Uber doing or what is Ola doing? I am a customer, I want a car. There is a driver waiting with a car. So you put them together. Now what happened was, after this, 20-25% of this was going to the Ola or Uber. They don't have a driver, they don't have a car, but they have a platform, but they are able to make money. So most of the time, these drivers become very intelligent. The moment they know who requires a car because they are connected, one of them will cancel. And the driver will say, sir, நீங்கள் ஒரு 25 rupees கம்மியா கொடுங்க, I will come and take you to the destination. They were bypassing the Ola. Ola started making losses because they are using the platform of Ola to find out where the customer is. Customer is able to locate the driver and the car with the Ola platform, but the ultimate benefit is not going to them. Both of them became smart. Now, how do you handle this problem? Ola approached me, sir, this is a problem. They use my platform, get the information, bypass me, and then do the service, get the full money. I mean, these are all problems in the society. How are you going to address this problem? Today, if you want to do research in business, management, and finance, you must have a strong background of psychology. Psychology, applied psychology, consumer behavior. For doing research in all these areas, you must have a strong background in psychology. My suggestion to the HIMCON and also to the research scholars, try to get basic understanding of psychology, because when you are trying to understand the consumer behavior, it's all related to human behavior and the psychology of the human mind, right? That creates lots of issues. And if you want to find a solution to all this, you must understand how the human mind works. Now, how do you create that research culture? Now, everywhere, all colleges and universities are trying to focus on research. And there are benchmarks. There are benchmarks for measuring the impact of the research done in a school. The benchmark from UGC is 2 papers per faculty per year. So in a period of 5 years, you are supposed to bring in 10 papers, 10 published papers in standard journals. How are you going to bring in 10 papers in 5 years? It's not easy. We have ABDC journal, A-star journal, and there are various standard levels of measuring the quality of the paper. How do you create that quality culture? So there are so many methods of doing it. One, to create that quality culture, you will have to conduct what are known as brown bag seminars. Brown bag seminars are seminars, you see, in London, the lunch packet, the employees used to come with a brown bag. So during the lunch time, instead of gossiping on some useless activity, all of you bring the brown bag lunch. When you are taking lunch, you discuss about some of the interesting problems for research which can be taken up for further research with the research scholars. You will have to identify some of the good topics, thoughts. So instead of gossiping, talk only research during your lunch break. And that's why in England this is very well known as brown bag seminars. Other thing that you need to do is bring some outstanding researchers, like I said, Richi Krishnan in marketing. There are so many people, Prasanna Chandra in finance. Bring such people once in a semester. Organize workshops by these people. You know what are all the interesting topics on which these people are doing research. You must know they should all be relevant, they should be of high standards. You will not know what kind of research is going on across the globe. So you will have to bring such top researchers to the campus, allow them to talk. Then faculty and postgraduate students will have to attend conferences like this. You know, there are so many papers that will be read during the conference. You must be able to understand what kind of research is going on, which are relevant. You know, you must have an appreciation of the kind of research that is happening in your own domain. Then you must start writing the literature survey. At least you must be able to do 7 years of literature survey before you get into a topic. You must be very focused. Whatever interest excites you, you have to first to find it out. Even in management, marketing may be exciting, pricing may be exciting. How do you price a product? So you will have to find out where your interest lies. Then be clearly focused on that. Read all the articles in pricing or in marketing. Find out all the 7 years of publication. Come out with literature survey. Then after that you must be able to write monographs. Monographs, the essence of the literature survey, you try to bring it as a monograph. Sometimes you may write a case study, caselets. Right? All this will give you deeper insights into the problems in management. That will actually help you to come with innovative ideas when you are writing research. Publication and doing research, they are two independent events. Many a times you do a lot of good research, you may not be able to publish. Because each journal will have their own policy. Unless the research that you have done synchronizes with the interest of the journal and the managing editors, your paper will not be accepted. When a paper gets rejected, does not mean you have done a poor research. It only means there's a mismatch between the research that you have done and the policy of the journal. So even as you start your research, you must identify those journals where they will be able to show an interest in your research. Otherwise, you know, you'll do research, you will not be able to publish. Publication is totally a different kind of a game. So you must keep your antenna up and active. Try to see which journals will be interested to publish your articles. I think that requires a lot of literature survey. You need to find out which journals publishes these kind of articles. My area of interest also in the same area. I will be able to publish in this particular journal. You know, all that you'll have to do fundamental work when you are starting your research, right? Then once you do all this, you will be able to publish good papers and A-star publication. Because that's also quality is very, very important. Most of the time in management school they publish in C or B category. Not even A category that touch. A-star is very, very minimal, except in top B school, there are no A-star publications. But not that it is difficult. You have to understand to reach that level, you have to work a bit with publishing A-star journal, right? So research in management, business, and finance, they are very interesting. It solves the real life problems. Lots of problems are there in India. There is no dearth of a problem. You go anywhere, there are problems. Even in Bangalore, traffic was a huge problem. It's a societal problem. IIM Bangalore is there. How many of them took interest in resolving this traffic problem in Bangalore? None. At the end of the day, what happened? Government of Karnataka approached Google. Google is resolving the traffic problem in Bangalore. Now you also have Google Maps in your mobile. Whoever thought of resolving this societal problem using the Google map? Why should you go to Google? There are so many outstanding young people in IIM and other universities in Bangalore, but you have not bothered to do it. Again, when you think of research, only think of model building, you think of complicated models for research. It's not necessary. Look at a local problem. Look at a practical problem that the society is facing. Look at what happened during the COVID period. I mean, we all became creative, innovative over a period of time. You're talking about online education, none of us took it seriously. Internal learning, all that was there. Right from 2005, these concepts were there. Some of the best universities were following it also. Why come none of us bothered about introducing online education before? When there is a crisis, you're pushed into it. You should not be waiting for that, right? So, mentally, you must be able to plan. If such a disaster happens, how are you going to handle it, right? So, you be creative, you be innovative, you try to solve local, practical, societal problems. That itself will be of great interest. Actually, A-star publication we see, we are all handling professionally the societal problem. That will be of great interest. Many people will be interested to read your article, right? Therefore, instead of going for model building and very sophisticated areas in management, try to focus on practical problems which have a lot of application, right? So I am sure next 2 days you will all have very interesting intellectual treat when you listen to these papers and to lectures by experts, and you will be able to enhance your capability to do applied research in the coming years. Thanks for the opportunity. Wish you all the best.
Your words were inspiring and thought provoking. Thank you, sir, for enlightening us.
The book to read is not the one that thinks for you, but the one which makes you think. Now it's time for book release. I now request our chief guest and our beloved director to release the ISBM conference proceedings, HIMCON 2023.
Thank you, dignitaries. I now invite Dr. Ramraj, Coordinator of Aviation, to deliver the theme of the conference.
Dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. I am standing before to you to explain the theme of the 60th International Conference on Research in Business Management and Finance, which is hosted by the Forced Research Department of Management Studies of Bishop Keeper College. So the conference will provide a platform to understand the changes taking place across the diverse sectors of the economy and to examine the impact of the changes in terms of technology, manpower, competition, product, life cycle, financial resources, etc. And to discuss the emerging trends in all vital sectors like manufacturing, retail sales, banking, insurance, telecom industry, financial market, education, and healthcare. and also to discuss the strategies and approaches of the business enterprise to hit the challenges and explore the opportunities provided by the new environment. So, we, the department, request all the academicians, industrialists, research scholars to make use of this platform and come out their ideas, new concept, new process, and which is going to create a huge impact in the society in the upcoming days. Thank you.
Dear participants, refreshments are arranged at outside the hall and come back at 11:20 sharply for the technical session 1.
Participants, those who are not registered, kindly check out the registration desk outside at the hall. Without card, you are not allowed to present. And check out the slot. I repeat, dear participant, those who are not registered, kindly check out the registration desk outside at the hall. Without the registration participant card, you are not allowed to present. And check your slot at the desk.
ஆன்லைன் ஆமாம் மேடம் மார்னிங் நான் 5 நிமிஷம் வந்து கீழே விழுந்திருப்பேன் நான் முட்டு பார்த்து இல்லாம வெறும் அல்ல மேடம் இல்லாம
இங்கவே புடிச்சா இருக்காங்கடா பாருங்க இது வரைக்கும் இங்க பாருங்க மேடம் இது வரைக்கும் ஐடி போனாலும் நான் போகாத ஒரு இடம் போலீஸ் ஸ்டேஷன் ஆமா எல்லாம் மேல இருக்கேன் 10 பேர் மேல இருக்கேன்
நீங்க வேற நல்லா இருக்கும் எங்க வீட்டுல உங்க நம்பர் தான் வீட்டுல நம்பர் வாங்கிட்டாங்க அன்னைக்கே வீட்டுல எல்லாம் நம்பர் வாங்கிட்டாங்க
நீங்க சொன்னீங்கல ஒரு இடம் போறதுக்கு அதுக்கு தான்
எப்படி நாங்க போன் எடுக்க டார்ச்சர் பண்றாங்க அண்ணனா இருப்பான் தம்பியா இருப்பான் போல சரி சொல்றான் ஏதாவது மெசேஜ் பண்ணு அப்படின்னு மெசேஜ் நவுக்குறான் அதை படிக்கிறதுக்குள்ளே
ஒரே ஒரு ஆள் தான் சார்
என்ன டெக்னிக்கல் செஷன் எப்படி வெட்டி வைக்கிறது எப்படி சால்டரிங் அவியலுக்கு டெக்னிக்கல் செஷன் சீஃப் கூட இன்ட்ராக்ஷன் அதாவது எப்படி சார் வடையெல்லாம் வடை லஞ்சா டீ நல்லா இருந்துச்சா 11 நிமிஷம் இன்ட்ராக்ஷன் வச்சுப்போம் பசங்களெல்லாம் யாரும் பாத்துக்கோனா அவ்வளவு கல்ச்சரான பசங்க நான் பக்காவில் உங்க லேப்டாப் வந்துருக்கா ஓகே சார் ஓகே
நித்யோத்யா கரண்ட் வந்துச்சா
சார்
ஏங்க லைவ் நிப்பாட்டுங்க இது ஏங்க வெட்டியா ஓடிட்டு இருக்கு ஆனா வெளியே தான் டிபார்ட்மெண்ட் போங்க டிபார்ட்மெண்ட்